Well, guys, it seems I'm finally seeing people within the media saying that Matt Hancock should be arrested, and this is also something I'm hearing from double jab people I know. I guess they can now see they got taken for a ride like to the local bike or something because they're finally waking up. Obviously, we'd been telling them most, if not all of this, for the past few years, but they completely refused to listen. Well, it coming from the horse's mouth, as they say, seems to be doing the job because many people who called us tinfoil hat-wearing nutjobs are now coming over to common sense. They can now see that they lied, cheated and coerced people into compliance while also bribing MPs with public funds. That there, in my mind, should be criminal and probably would be if we did it, but politicians are not us, are they? They don't operate under the same laws as we do and instead cause endless amounts of carnage before walking off into the sunset with a nice little nest egg at your expense. Tony Blair's a perfect example of that.
I think there's a huge impetus now for a national digital infrastructure. Digitization in healthcare is, I think, one of the great game changers. We should be helping countries to develop a national digital infrastructure, which they will need with these new vaccines. And I also think this issue to do with the technology and the digital infrastructure, I just want to emphasize how important I think that is. Because in the end, you need the data. You need to know who's been vaccinated and who hasn't been. Some of the vaccines that will come on down the line will be there'll be multiple shots. So you've got to have, for reasons to do with the healthcare more generally, but certainly for a pandemic or for vaccines, you've got to have a proper digital infrastructure. And many countries don't have that. In fact, most countries don't have that.
This means that even if text messages came out saying Matt Hancock laughed that his policy was killing old people in care homes, he still wouldn't be arrested. It's the same way none will be arrested for any of the dodgy contracts that they gave out, despite that being fraud, misuse of public funds, or corruption at the very least. Me personally, I'd want every MP who voted for lockdowns arrested for negligent manslaughter at least. The same goes for any MP voting to renew the Coronavirus Act 2020. Tories, Labour, SNP, the bloody lot of them, I don't care. They voted to destroy lives and so should be punished for it. Then if I had my way, every single media hack and editor who pushed a bullshit narrative would be arrested as co-conspirators with the MPs.
Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it. That's the government's job.
The BBC, if I had my way, would be abolished day one for its part in state-sponsored terrorism against the public, and I'm sure most if not all of you would agree with that. Of course, that happening's about as likely as me becoming the Prime Minister because the law is for us and not them. So Alison Pearson and any other media hack calling on Hancock to be arrested, it's time to wake up. Hancock will never be arrested and neither will anyone else.